Hey there, hope you're doing good. Founders often approach me saying that their startups are making insufficient progress. They're not launching enough features, or the UX is not good, or they're unreliable, or the service keeps going down, or it's unable to keep up with business growth. The most common reason for all of these problems is lack of investment. Investment comes in various forms. A team can have missing skills like no DevOps engineer, despite DevOps being critical. Like, not critical in the abstract, critical for that particular company. Another kind of underinvestment is the number of engineers, like having only one backend engineer. Another is the quality of engineers, such as hiring people taking a salary first approach, such as let's hire whomever we get for 10 lakhs, rather than a skill first approach by defining the skills necessary and then paying whatever it takes to get people with those skills. Another form of underinvestment is hiring only junior engineers without an architect, a staff engineer, or a CTO. Or someone like an engineering manager or CTO who can act as a bridge between tech and business. Another kind of underinvestment is not giving enough time to build things, like do it by Monday. Another underinvestment is in the architecture. Another is in engineering processes such as coding guidelines, code review, continuous deployment, etc. Or in project management processes, like everyone messaging engineers ad hoc saying, please do this, please do that, rather than following a prioritization and sprints and so on. Another kind of underinvestment is lack of documentation or inadequate documentation, where people spend a lot of time rediscovering the same things. Another underinvestment is not fixing tech debt. So you pay the price again and again and again every week rather than getting it over with. Another underinvestment is in not having a healthy engineering culture, such as brainstorms before making major decisions, tech talks, and tech talks should not be limited just to what the company needs immediately. That's not a healthy engineering culture. You don't need to have tech talks every week, but even once a month for an hour or whatever it is very important to inspire engineers and help them grow and so on. Another kind of engineering culture or team culture is encouraging people to share what they learned. Maybe they did something, maybe an engineer did marketing, for example, or UX design, or he figured out how to migrate data from one database to another, whatever it is. Share sessions saying what I learned. Or an engineer learned how to estimate accurately. So when we talk about all of these processes, just having them doesn't help. Having them in a half-hearted way doesn't help. I've seen founders say yes to these, but they make exceptions all the time. Say yes, process is good, but right now we need this feature to be done by tomorrow. If it's a genuine emergency like a production outage, that's fine, but otherwise it's not. It amounts to saying yes reluctantly. And if you're going to do that, don't even say yes. Don't even have these processes, because if you do them half-heartedly, you're worse off than not having them at all. You have the overhead of the processes, but you don't have the benefit. And investment is also in the form of time. Many startups let problems become crisis and then run around saying we need to fix it yesterday. But in engineering, you can't invest today and expect results tomorrow. For example, cleaning up technical debt can take a quarter or longer, or scaling the system, or fixing unreliability. All the more so if it is pervasive, like the entire code needing improvement. Another example is hiring, which has a 1 year lead time. If you say today, okay, I'm going to invest in engineers, I'm going to hire 5 engineers, let's say. It can take a quarter or two to find the right people, maybe a quarter. Then you make them an offer. Then they'll have a notice period. Then some of them will ditch you. Then you're back to square one. Then when they finally join, they'll take 2 quarters to be productive. So when you add all this up, from the day you say, I want to hire people, it will take a year to get the full results. So investments need to be made ahead of time. And they need to be made consistently, not sporadically. If you have a DevOps engineer and then he quits, and then for a long time you don't hire another one, and then suddenly you say, yes, yes, we'll hire when a problem is pointed out. By then, the negative effect of this particular decision has already been paid for by the team. So investment should be consistent, not in uh, fits and starts. When I ask founders to invest more, sometimes they resist. They say they give me gyan like startups are all about doing more with less. The problem with any philosophy is if you take it too far, it becomes harmful. A good thing taken too far becomes a bad thing. If exercising is good and you exercise for 8 hours every day, that's bad for you. So, and many non technical founders, for no fault of theirs, don't have the judgment as to when should you take a shortcut and when should you make an investment. And all too often, I have seen in non technical founder led companies, there's underinvestment bait. Again, there's a very human reason for it. If you don't understand something, you will err on the side of not doing it rather than doing it. Conversely, some companies which are engineering dominated can overinvest as well, which is a mistake I made in my startup future camp. I had to learn by failing. I had to fail my way to success to understand what's the right level of engineering quality and investments. I overinvested. But anyway, most startups are not like that. Most startups have underinvestment. And you need a certain amount of investment to get results. If you're running a car factory, for each car you make, you need a certain amount of steel to be put in as input. If you are putting in insufficient steel, you can't counter that with philosophy or intentions, admirable as they may be. You can't say, yes, we don't have enough steel, but we are committed and we are going to prove our critics wrong and it's all about grind and all of this stuff, right? It's about understanding the appropriate level of investment. So if I'm making a bicycle, how much do I need to invest? If I'm making a car, I need to invest much more. If I'm making a nuclear submarine, I need to invest much more, at least whatever, 100x more. A bicycle I can get for hundreds of dollars. A car for maybe $10,000-$20,000. A nuclear submarine for 100 million plus dollars or a billion. If I want to send a man to Pluto, no amount of money will get the job done given the technology we have today. So these different things require different amounts of investment. And you need to have an intuition for what's the right level of investment and make it. If you'd like me to help you figure out these um, investments needed in order to achieve your business goals, my consulting link is in the description. Thank you.